Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're tackling a massive shift in how we navigate the digital world. And honestly, this is one that's going to make your life fundamentally easier and, well, significantly more secure. We are asking the big question, are passwords finally dead? I mean, let's face it, we all know the absolute misery of trying to remember if your password needs a special character, a capital letter, a number, and a drop of blood just to buy a pair of socks online. It's ridiculous. But the era of the passkey is finally here to save us from all that madness. Over the next few minutes, we're going to completely demystify this new tech. We'll look at exactly how passkeys are actively replacing our failing, outdated password system, why they are virtually hack-proof, and how they actually work under the hood, without overwhelming you with tech jargon, I promise. If you've ever felt frustrated by a forgotten password or terrified by a data breach, well, this explainer is exactly what you need.
To understand why this change is happening so rapidly, just picture this number, 36%. Look to your imaginary left, look to your right. Statistically, one of you had an account compromised just last year. According to 2025 consumer research from the FIDO Alliance, they're the organization building these new passwordless standards, by the way, over a third of us experienced a breach. And why? Because of weak, reused, or stolen passwords. People are literally resorting to sticking Post-it notes on their monitors just to keep track. Our current system is practically begging to be broken. We reuse the exact same login across dozens of sites, and when one domino falls, they all fall. It completely fuels this multi-billion-dollar dark web economy of stolen credentials.
There's a quote that really hits the nail on the head here. A password is a shared secret. The actual secret has to travel to the server and be stored there, which is exactly why password databases are such a prize when they leak. The fundamental flaw of the traditional password isn't necessarily that you chose a bad word. It's that shared secret model itself. Imagine going around giving a physical copy of your front door house key to every single store you've ever shopped at, just in case you want to go back. That is essentially what a password is. For it to work, you have to tell the website what it is, and if the website knows it, well, a hacker who breaches that website can know it too.
Section 1. The shared secret problem versus asymmetric keys.
So, on one hand, we have the old world, right? You type a secret, it travels over the internet, it gets stored on some distant server, and anyone can phish it from you with a convincing fake login page. But on the other hand, we have the new world of passkeys. They use what are called FIDO2 asymmetric public and private keys. All this means is that the key comes in a matched pair. The private half of the key is generated entirely on your local device, and it never ever leaves it. Because absolutely nothing secret is sent over the internet, it is inherently phishing resistant.
So what exactly is a passkey? The best way to think about it is as a brilliant upgrade to a simple lock and key. When you create an account, your device generates a unique matching lock and key. It gives the locks the public key to the website, but you keep the key itself, the private key, locked strictly on your phone or your computer. The website never actually sees your key. To get in, you just have to prove your key fits their lock. It's an incredibly simple concept, but it completely flips the script on digital security.
Section 2. Your device is the safe.
Now, I know this brings up a massive point of anxiety for new users. What about my biometric data? Does the internet now have a copy of my fingerprint? I want to reassure you completely here. When you use Apple Face ID, Windows Hello, or your Android fingerprint scanner to use a passkey, your biological data never goes to the website. Actually, scratch that. It never even leaves your device at all. Your device has a highly secure hardware chip, like a TPM on Windows or the Secure Enclave on an iPhone, which acts like a military-grade vault built directly into the silicon of your phone. Your fingerprint or your face is simply the combination you use to unlock that local vault. Once it's open, the private passkey inside is what actually does the heavy lifting of logging you in. Your biometric is just the combination. The private key is inside the safe. Let's walk through this incredibly smooth login ceremony step by step just to see how magical this really is. Step 1. You type in your email, and the website's server throws a highly complex math puzzle at your phone. Step 2. Your device asks you to look at the camera or touch the fingerprint sensor, which unlocks your local device's vault. Step 3. Your private key takes that puzzle, mathematically signs it, and tosses back only the signature to the website. And finally, Step 4. The server uses the public lock it already has to verify your signature. If it matches, boom, you're in. No passwords typed, no secrets shared whatsoever.
Section 3. Immune to phishing and breaches.
A staggering 77% of hacking-related breaches involve stolen credentials. Passkeys shut down this massive attack surface entirely, literally making you 100% immune to credential hacking from server data breaches. Remember, the website only has your public key, the lock. If a hacker breaches your favorite online store server today and steals their entire database, all they get is a pile of completely useless public locks. They are left empty-handed. Without your local device and your face physically being there to unlock it, the hacker has absolutely nothing of value. Server breaches suddenly become entirely irrelevant to your personal security.
And what about phishing? Let's say a scammer sends you a text message that looks exactly like it's from your bank, linking to a pixel-perfect fake website. With a password, you type it in and they'd steal it instantly. But with a passkey, your device is just incredibly smart. It relies on a concept called origin binding. Basically, the passkey is mathematically bound to the exact origin domain, like bank.com. So if the fake site is bankupdate.com, your device simply refuses to hand over the signature. Imagine a frustrated hacker trying to trick your phone, only to be totally blocked by the math. It won't even prompt you for your fingerprint. You are protected by default, 100% immune to phishing, even if you are momentarily tricked yourself.
Section 4. Syncing and easy recovery.
Okay, I know exactly what you're thinking right now. This all sounds absolutely amazing for security, but what happens if I lose my phone, right? If my device is the safe and my phone ends up at the bottom of a lake, does my whole digital life go down with it? Am I locked out forever? It's the most common fear out there, and thankfully, the industry has already completely solved it.
Passkeys basically come in two distinct flavors to solve this exact problem. On one side, we have synced passkeys. These are designed for everyday consumers using synced keychains. They are stored safely in your iCloud keychain, Google Password Manager, or third-party managers like Dashlane or 1Password. If your phone takes a swim in that lake, you simply buy a new phone, log into your Apple, Google, or Dashlane account, and all your passkeys sync right back from the encrypted cloud backup. It's totally seamless peace of mind. On the other side, we have device-bound passkeys. These live on physical hardware tokens, like a YubiKey. They never, ever sync to the cloud. If you lose the key, you need a physical backup key locked in a real safe somewhere. This is really best for high-assurance enterprise environments or government workers who want maximum physical-only security.
Let's wrap up with some secret pro tips for stress-free security. First, really consider saving your passkeys to a cross-platform manager like Dashlane or 1Password. This prevents you from being locked into just the Apple or Google ecosystems, meaning you can easily switch from Android to iPhone someday and take all your keys right with you. Second, you have to try the absolute magic of cross-platform QR logins. Imagine you want to log into a Windows PC, but your passkey is on your iPhone. The PC will just show a QR code. You scan it with your iPhone, a quick Bluetooth proximity check ensures you are physically standing right in front of that computer, and boom, you are securely logged into the PC. It literally feels like magic. And finally, always keep a backup device logged into your cloud manager just in case.
So the technology is here, it's supported by every major tech company in the world, and it completely eliminates the anxiety of passwords, phishing, and server breaches. You literally just look at your phone and you're in. I highly recommend going to your favorite accounts today, checking the security settings, and generating your very first passkey. It is time to lock down your digital life the smart way. But you know, all this does leave us with one massive, fascinating thought. If our biometrics become the ultimate keys to our lives, what happens when the very definition of digital identity is tied inextricably to our physical bodies? Will passwords eventually look as outdated as a wax seal on an envelope? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will leave you to ponder that.